Hey, Steve, we're all set.
Hey, thank you, Scott.
Does Lauren usually just have you hit end at the end of the meeting
Yes,
or
yes.
okay. So
Okay.
you are all set then. Have a good
All right.
night.
Yeah, thank you, Scott. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to John Wallace Middle School Project Building Committee, December 19th, 2024. And I will do the roll call. Tim Newton. He's here, but muted. Sean Halloran,
Here.
Joe Harpy,
Here.
Dave Nagel,
Here.
Kim Rada,
Here.
Chris Minor. Same. He's here, but muted.
I'm here, Steve.
Okay, thank you. And Steve Woods here. We have a quorum. Next item is public participation. I didn't check, but we probably have none. Zero. Take action on prior meeting minutes. We have one, which is the meeting of November 21st. What's the committee's pleasure? Joe?
I'll move it, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. And a
Second.
second by Sean. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Anyone opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Thank you. Owner's project manager update. Eileen. You're muted again, Eileen.
Yeah, my
you
headphones just started working.
You're good
Work,
now.
worked fine last time. Owner update,
Yep.
where are we? All right, sorry. So we're basically last Friday we went and did a furniture tour. That worked out well. Went to Robert Lord, got to Dan and a couple of the teachers, Lou, Jason Plum, Bob Roach, got to put the hands on test seats and look at tables. So it was a good meeting. They're starting to do work up the costs for those. And we've been working on the budget in the background, working on all the soft costs, having meetings, going back and forth over the plans, and just making sure the owner's up to date and that the architect knows what the changes are. So we're moving along.
Any questions for Eileen? Okay. Architect update, Bob. See the schematic design is done.
Yep, it's done. We got that off to our third-party estimator and to Newfield for pricing. So they worked up their estimate. We had, as Eileen mentioned, we had an estimate reconciliation the other day, which Tom can speak to. Also, to add on to what Eileen said, we met at Robert Lord last Friday. The team got to meet our interior designer, Kristen, who does a lot of FF&E procurement for school projects. So we'll be getting together a budget on that and then sending that off to Newfield as well and to CSG to include in the soft costs. And we also took that opportunity when we were with Lou and Jason and Dan to go over proposed plan revisions. We carried a couple of alternates in the estimates to account for any minor changes. There wouldn't be any real changes with most of the construction was just moving walls around, but we did give some alternates for doing different things with windows. But the team is up to speed. We got confirmation of the plan options today, so I've asked my team to look at those, and I did get that correction, Eileen, on one of the options.
you.
So my team's
Thanks.
Correction
going
one
through-
or correction two?
I'm sorry,
The correction number one or correction number two?
correction number 2.
Okay.
Is that like checking both the addenda boxes, Lou? I got
It hasn't been a great day, so I just want to make sure it's getting to the finish line the right way.
Yep. So my team's looking over those, and then once we make the adjustments to our backgrounds, we'll send that off to the rest of the design team for coordination and moving forward.
Okay.
Okay, any questions for Bob?
Joe Harpy, Bob, so when will the committee be able to review the schematic design portion of the project?
I believe, well, once we make these planned adjustments, we can add those new floor plans into our backgrounds and send it out. We can amend the set that was given to Newfield for estimation. We can give that to the committee through CSG.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else, Joe?
No, that's it.
Anybody else? Construction managers update?
Okay,
Tom?
thank you. Yep, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, so as Bob mentioned, we received the SD set, we estimated it, as well as the architect's third-party estimator. We had that reconciliation meeting yesterday, and it was a good meeting. They're still adjusting the numbers, but we're very close to the budget. I don't anticipate any budgetary problems. With regard to schedule, I assume you're going to approve the Fryer to move forward tonight. And that was one of the milestones. The next milestone will be the delivery of the construction documents, which is somewhere around the third week or so in January, followed by another estimate and approvals. And we're going to the state on February 13th for the plan review meeting. And I think that's it. I think that's my update. Any questions?
Joe Harpy, were there any unusual items that you were surprised to see increases in, or has it been pretty
No,
Wow.
there were really no surprises, really. Like I said, it was a good reconciliation meeting. The estimators are definitely looking at the same job. And the costs are very similar. So I think we're there.
Yeah, thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, next is take action on invoices. I know we have a couple, Amy.
Oh, okay. Just the Zoom instead of. Let me try my share again. It's shared on my screen, but I just saw Zoom on yours.
It came and went.
Okay. All right, so we have the CSG monthly invoice. Total amount 14,762.83. And this is for the design phase. We also have Fryer, architecture, schematic, well, pre-construction phase. And also the schematic design, which we said was just completed. Total invoice amount on that one, 158,544.22.
Anybody have any questions? I would
Added up, 158.
entertain a motion that we pass the CSG or approve the CSG and Fryer payment applications.
I'll move it, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Joe.
I'll
And
second. Second.
Thank you, Tim. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Motion passes unanimously.
You.
Um, any other business pertinent to the committee? I know that Lauren sent out meeting dates for all of next year. Are these dates good with everybody?
I'll be on the West Coast, January 2nd. So that one I won't be back for.
Okay.
I just had a question, if I might, Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
I believe the date or some date in February was indicated, meeting with the state again.
February 13th.
Okay, and will progress payment schedules be discussed in that meeting, or is this a different topic?
That's a different topic. The meeting that we're having in February is for the review of the plans and approval to go out to bid.
When would the progress payment schedules be set?
We're probably gonna work on that in January, to start that process. The state does pay sooner, than they used to. We're seeing in certain projects that it's within 30 days. We're gonna try to get on that schedule beginning in January.
And that's a 90% advance?
It's,
Items? Or does that vary?
it's your reimbursement rate. I forget what your reimbursement rate is off the top of my head. I want to say it's in the 70s, low, 72, 73, somewhere around in there, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what you would get reimbursed on
In this,
the total that has been spent today.
They hold back another 5% though, right?
I'm sorry.
That's the
So
retained.
yes, about 67%. Yeah.
okay, so we'll know that earlier than your February meeting, is that what you're saying?
I'm hoping that, well, we will
We'll have an idea.
Yeah, we'll try to submit for January. At least we'll have a submission for the February meeting. But I don't know if we'll have a payment by the February meeting.
And a side question from that, I understand we're going to go with the same makeup of glass, safety glass, whatever you want to describe it as, ballistic glass that we have over at Anna Reynolds. Is that accurate to say?
That's my understanding, yes.
And that's not full ballistic, right? That's just resistant. Okay.
Well, let's back up and I need a motion to approve the 2025 meeting dates and the schedule for that.
So moved.
Thank you, Joe. And a second
Second.
by Tim. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. Then the only other thing is we need to authorize Fryer to move forward with the start of construction documents to keep this on the schedule. So I'd entertain a motion for that.
So moved.
Thank you, Joe.
Second.
That was Dave? Yes. All those in, sorry. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Public participation, none. Comments by members? Anybody?
Joe Harpy, Mr. Chairman, I just wanted to review one other thing.
Yep.
In this given project, we don't have any long lead times in terms of replacement of any utility systems, HVAC systems. We don't foresee any thing that could delay it on long lead time issues at this point. Would that be a fair statement?
Tom, you want to answer that?
Sure. Yes, that's correct. There's really not very little HVAC equipment, very little mechanical equipment, and that's where we've been running into trouble, that and electrical equipment, but very little here and not very big in size. So I think we're going to be fine. We'll verify that when we get more detail on what's actually required.
Thank you, Tom.
Anyone else? Motion to adjourn then.
Motion.
moved.
So,
Thank you. And all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
We stand adjourned at 6:06.
have a
Thank
good
you,
holiday.
everyone. Have a great holiday.
Happy
holidays,
Merry
everybody.
Christmas.
Thank you. Happy
Christmas.
holiday.
Bye.
Christmas.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you all.
Night.